concludes the debate on the draft resolution. And we shall move to consider amendments, and we shall do this before we take our coffee break. So we will consider amendments to the draft resolution, and you all have the copies, I hope. And we also will continue with 1 minute. So I call on amendment, we move on to amendment number 1, and I call on Mr. Bustanici of Turkey.
Kulkuloğlu from Turkey. Thank you, Madam Chair. The proposed wording reflects more accurately the situation on the ground, as well as the relevant UN Security Council resolutions adopted on Syria. The proposed wording is also neutral in the sense that that excludes any remarks which could possibly lead to unnecessary controversies. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Does anyone wish to speak against amendment number 1? What is the sponsor's opinion?
Dans le cadre de la résolution 2043, je reste relativement neutre et je m'en tiens à ce qui a été voté au Conseil de sécurité. L'amendement qui est proposé est plus, je dirais, plus coloré. Donc, même s'il n'est pas faux, je préférerais rester sur la rédaction d'origine.
Thank you. Then we shall put amendment number 1 to the vote. Will all those in favor of amendment 1 please raise the voting cards? All those against? Abstentions? Amendment number 1 is defeated. Then we go on to amendment number 2, and we continue in Turkey.
Thank you, Madam Chair. The Syrian crisis has turned into a regional problem with its repercussions, particularly on neighboring countries. In fear of repression or retaliation by the regime, tens of thousands of Syrians have left their homes and sought refuge in neighboring countries. 3 neighbors, namely Lebanon, Jordan, and Turkey, have been hard hit in such population movements. All of these 3 countries are doing their best within the confines of their national capacities to accommodate these Syrians. Their effort on humanitarian grounds deserve the international community's appreciation and should not go unnoticed in our resolutions. Thank you.
Thank you. Does anyone wish to speak against amendment number 2? What is the sponsor's opinion?
Je suis d'accord avec cet amendement, Madame la Présidente.
Я против.
Do you wish to speak against the amendment? Okay, I give you 1 minute.
Я отдаю себе отчет, что нахожусь не на католической месте, а на заседании парламентской ассамблеи ОБСЕ, но хочу напомнить известное библейское выражение. Добродетель, о которой говорится вслух, перестает ею быть и становится банальным лукавством. Чтобы уберечь наших турецких коллег быть увлеченными в лукавстве, предлагаю эту поправку, где хвалится сама Турция, изъять. Спасибо.
Okay, then we put the amendment number 2 to the vote. Will those in favor of amendment 2 please raise their voting cards? Anyone against? Abstentions? Sorry. Okay, then amendment number 2 is adopted. Then we move on to amendment number 3, and it is Mr. Stylianides of Cyprus, I think.
Thank you. While fully agreeing us to the need of Arab countries to count on the support and assistance of the international community in order to peacefully accomplish democratic transition, as pointed out in paragraph 14, we deem important to point out the need to respect these countries' people overall ownership of the process. Democratization cannot be accomplished overnight or developed irrespective of the specificities of each of these countries, nor can it centrally be imposed from the outside. Given the volatile security environment and the overall geostrategic and political context in this highly sensitive region, we consider this point essential. We would prefer that the proposed paragraph begins with stressing, but we do not wish to disrupt the symmetry of the text. Thank you.
Thank you. Does anyone wish to speak against amendment number 3? What is the sponsor's meaning?
Je suis d'accord, Madame la Présidente.
Thank you. Then we shall vote. I shall put amendment number 3 to the vote. All those in favor of amendment number 3, please raise their voting cards. Anyone against? Abstentions? Okay, then amendment number 3 is adopted. Then we will vote on the draft resolution. All those in favor of adopting the draft resolution, please raise their voting cards. Anyone against? Abstentions? Then the draft resolution is adopted, and thank you very much. And we are just a bit past 11. We will meet again this afternoon at 16:30 and continue our discussion about these supplementary items. Thank you very much for your good cooperation.